There are wounds you can heal from, and then there are the kind that leave a scar so deep it changes the shape of who you are. My name is Daniel. I'm 52, a husband for nearly 30 years, a father to one daughter, Ava, who just turned 26. For most of my life, I believe I had built something solid, a home, a family, a life grounded in love. I never realized how fragile it all really was. Claire, and I met in high school. She was my calm in every storm, the voice that steadied me when life turned rough. I thought she was my forever, my anchor, but sometimes anchors don't hold you steady. They drag you down. Ava had been living with her boyfriend, Ryan, a charming salesman type with a grin that always felt too sure of itself. I never trusted him. There was something rehearsed in the way he spoke, like every sentence was a performance. When Ava finally ended things, I was relieved. She was heartbroken, but she had a strength I knew would carry her through. She moved back home, spent her days job hunting and her nights curled under a blanket, staring at her phone. Claire was there for her through it all. She'd sit beside her on the bed, brushing her hair back, whispering that everything would be okay. I admired her for that, for being the mother Ava needed. I didn't realize that comfort would twist into something unforgivable. One quiet Thursday, Claire was cooking dinner, humming like she always did. Her phone buzzed on the counter. Without thinking, I glanced at it. The name flashing on the screen stopped my heart. Ryan, my daughter's ex. The preview read, "Same time tomorrow, winking face up." My hands went cold. I looked at her, still humming, still smiling, and for the first time in our long marriage, she didn't look like my wife. She looked like someone wearing her skin. I didn't confront her that night. I just watched her, pretending everything was fine while the floor beneath my life quietly gave way. But I wasn't prepared for what came next. Weeks later, when Ava finally began smiling again, we decided to have dinner together as a family. Claire said she wanted to invite a friend. I agreed, not thinking much of it. When the doorbell rang, I went to answer and froze. The man standing there wasn't Ryan. He was someone worse. Mark. I knew his face. Years ago, he'd been Ava's professor in college. The one she'd been too ashamed to talk about for months. The one who'd blurred the lines of trust and authority. The one she'd finally admitted had taken advantage of her vulnerability. And now, there he was, standing in my doorway, smiling at my wife. Dinner was a nightmare. The air felt thick with unspoken things. Ava's face went pale, her hand shaking as her fork clattered against the plate. She could barely look at him. When our eyes met, I saw her fear and disbelief. That night, after he left, I confronted Claire. She cried, saying, "He listens to me. He makes me feel seen." Her words shattered something inside me. How could she justify destroying everything we built for the same man who'd already broken our daughter's trust? Ava overheard. She came into the room sobbing, screaming, "He used me too, Mom." The sound of her voice, raw, trembling, full of betrayal, was something I'll never forget. Claire collapsed on the floor, her guilt finally catching up to her. By morning, the man was gone, his number blocked, his poison left behind. But the damage was irreversible. Ava moved out within weeks, unable to live under the same roof as her mother. Claire started therapy, trying to piece together whatever was left of herself. Our home turned quiet, the kind of silence that doesn't heal, it lingers. I wanted to hate her. I wanted to hate both of them. But all I felt was sorrow, grief for what we once were, and for the people we had become. Months later, Ava agreed to meet her mother for coffee. I sat in my car nearby, unable to drive away. Through the cafe window, I watched them sit across from each other. Claire's hand trembled as she reached out. Ava hesitated, then finally let her. It wasn't forgiveness, but it was something, a beginning maybe. That night, Claire came home with red eyes but a faint light in them. She said she doesn't hate me anymore, she whispered. I nodded. I didn't trust myself to speak. Love after betrayal doesn't vanish. It changes. It becomes quieter, sadder, something shaped by memory instead of hope. Sometimes I sit on the porch at dusk, listening to laughter drift from the houses nearby. I remember when that sound used to belong to us. I don't know if we'll ever find our way back to it. Maybe we're not meant to, because in the ruins of what we were, I found something I didn't expect. The strength to stop clinging to the past, and the courage to start over, even if the ones I love can't follow me there.